Hi everyone, welcome back. Today I'm going to be testing a new product that's just come on the market, and it's the Loreal Infallible, reading the wrong side, longwear shaping sticks, which are these ones. Now I've only got the foundation and the contour. They do a highlight stick as well, which I wasn't bothered about trying, so I never bought the third one. Now these are really inexpensive, and they're normally £8.95, but they're in Asda, one of my local Walmarts, at £6.95, so you get them £2 off each, which is, they're just so cheap. So they come in these cartons here, the plastic tubes, and the colours that I went for. So for the foundation shade, I'm using my usual 120 vanilla, and in the contour shade I got was 220 caramel. I didn't have much choice using this one, so we're just gonna hope that the contour shade kind of works out. They come in, like I say, this tube with a plastic lid on top, and then that's the amount of product that you get. So it's not a lot that you get. You actually get 9 grams of product and your usual amount of product, 30 fluid ounces. So I'm not really sure how long this will last. It doesn't seem a great deal. I've already moisturised and prepped my skin. I put some oil on, and we'll try these out on the skin. And the last time I used a foundation stick was the Bobbi Brown foundation sticks. That's some years ago. I'm going to do 2 different things. I'm going to use a sponge on one side and then a foundation brush on the other side. Just do this little test, make sure it's the right shade. Not too bad. So I'm just going to put some stripes across my face and across my chin. I'm not really sure how much to use of this. So I'm just going to do a light layer and then try and work it into the skin. So I'm going to do the sponge on this side, and it's a Real Techniques sponge I'm using. I'm just going to try and move that around. You'd have to kind of pounce and drag these a little bit into the skin. On the advert it shows you the lady with the stripes and all 3 products put on at once, but I would never put them on that way. I'd always put my foundation on and then my contour. I just find it a lot easier and to be more precise. Then you're not blending everything that all the angles that you're trying to achieve away. No, I just use a sponge all over my face. Never mind, we'll just go in, carry on as we're going. So that's one layer. It is quite sheer. You can still see my skin peeking through, and you can still see the blemishes that I have. I quite like the finish that it's given. It's kind of a natural satin finish. I'm going to try and build it up and see if we can get it a little bit more coverage. And I think these would be great for travelling. You can just throw them in your bag and not have to worry about them bursting. And if you're not trying to take liquids, this is fantastic to put in your hand luggage. I think it's the perfect shade for me actually. Just pull that down my neck a little bit. I'm really liking how it's turning out on my skin. It looks quite radiant, not flat at all, which I can't stand in a foundation. And for £6.95, that's an absolute bargain. Like I say, you can still see a little bit of my own skin peeking through, but I really like that in my skin anyway. I don't like matte foundations and super high coverage where you can't see anything. I like. So that's 120 vanilla. So if you're similar to my shade, you could use the same one as me. And then the next one I'm going to do is the contour. In fact, I'm going to put some concealer on first. I'm going to use the Collection Lasting Perfection concealer in number 1 Fair. Just because I've used this several times and it's a lot lighter, so we can definitely get the highlight effect going with this. I'm going to work all of these products in with this sponge as well. I might try a brush on the contour because I use the Charlotte Tilbury contour wand, and I always work this in with the Real Techniques brush. So these two pair really well together. Let's do some contouring. So I'm just going to do exactly what I would normally do. Just going to put it in the areas that I would contour. I'll do my nose last. I'm going to try the sponge on this side, and then I'm going to try the brush that I just mentioned, the Real Techniques Expert Face Brush. It's quite difficult to blend out with a beauty blender. Beauty sponge, should I say. And I don't think it's the right shade for me. I need more of a neutral ashy colour for my skin tone. I think if I had more warmth to my face. This is a little bit too golden for me, but we'll make it work. These are super creamy. If you spend time working them in, they do blend in quite nice actually with a sponge. So I'm just going to stick, no I won't stick, I'll do what I say and use the brush to tap it in as well. I just think you get more of a nice finish with a sponge if you push it into your skin. If you put too much on, you can always just go back in with your foundation and just rub a bit of that over the top and blend them together. Just going to put a little bit more of the contour just at the back there, just to deepen it up. I actually quite like the finish of this. And because you're using the same texture and it still looks like your skin, it just looks natural. And I definitely prefer a cream liquid contour than a powder for that very reason. I don't like to see powder lines down the face, I think it looks terrible. I'm going to put a little bit of this down the side of my nose just to get a little bit of definition down there. What shall I blend this in with? I'll keep going with the sponge, just tapping it in. That's not going to work. So I'm just going to use a concealer brush just to tap that in. Once I've tapped it in, I'll just blend it all together with a beauty blender, just to take the harshness. If you want to lift your nose, just put a little bit of the darker shade underneath there as well. And I'm just going to go back over the top, just with a little bit of the foundation. Back in with a sponge and just tap that in over the top, just to make sure there's no harsh lines and you can't distinctively see where I've placed the product. So that's the foundation. I really like it. And I think for the cost, you can't go wrong with these. I'll zoom you in so you can get a nice close-up. So you can see the contour where I've placed it. Possibly not the right shade contour for me, but it's not a massive issue. We can just carry on. I'll pop some powder over the top so you can see how it sets and what it looks like. So the one I'm going to use is the Laura Mercier setting powder. I'm just going to use a little bit of that underneath my eyes just to stop it from creasing. I'm just going to tap that in with the beauty blender. And then just tap lightly across the other areas of the face. I don't put a lot of translucent setting powder on, just enough to set any areas that I might touch and rub product away, which is normally my chin and jawline. And I will take a little bit of powder, like an ultra bronze, and just place that over the areas that I put the cream contour, just to set that. Not a lot. Might as well just put some blusher on, just to see how it sets on the foundation as well. And there isn't a a strong smell or anything to the foundation. It just smells like, put too much blusher on as usual. It just smells like the other foundations. There's nothing dramatic about it. I don't think it has any SPF in it because it doesn't say, and if it would have it, I'm sure it would say. So yeah, I don't think these have SPF, so I think they'd be quite good for photo opportunities, so you're not getting any flashback. So yeah, so I really like it. What do you guys think? Let me know if you use this foundation as well and what you think, and let me know if you like the highlighting stick too. I'm not really a fan of them, so I didn't bother buying it, but I am a fan of this, so maybe I will try it. I really like the coverage and the finish, so I'm just gonna see how it wears out through the day, and I'll let you know what I think. We'll try it out in a few more tutorials and see how we get on with that, but I'll let you know in a few days what I think as well, if there's any changes, if it oxidises, which I don't think it does. I think it kind of matches my skin tone. So yeah, so thank you for watching. Please remember to give this video a thumbs up and let me know you've watched this video. Hit that subscribe button and you can see all my other videos, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you, bye!